Welcome students. So today we will see, my name is Dr. Praneeth, and today we will see the first unit part 5 of benzene and its derivatives. For today's lecture, we will discuss about orbital picture of benzene. So how the benzene molecule is formed through orbital diagram. So let's go on to this topic. So what is this orbital picture of benzene? So in the last class we have seen some brief introduction about the orbital picture of benzene, how the sp2, how the hybridous orbitals are forming, and with this hybrid orbital how it uh, forms from the unhybridized orbitals. So let's see. Let's slightly review about this orbital picture of benzene. So this is a benzene structure, complete structure. So in this structure I have shown both the carbon and the hydrogen, right? So there are 6 carbon and 6 hydrogens. How many sigma bonds are present in the benzene? There are 3 sigma bonds are present as shown here, and then there is a one double bond which is also called as a pi bond, right, is present in the benzene. So each carbon needs 4 bonds, 3 sigma and 1 pi bonds, like this carbon, like each carbon needs 4 bonds to form a complete benzene ring. So this is the electronic configuration of carbon. We have already seen carbon is having 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6 electrons, total 6 electrons. This is the valence shell containing 4 electrons, right? So valence shell meaning the second shell. First shell is inside and then the second shell comes. So the second shell contains 4 electrons. In this 4 electron, 2 electrons are unpaired electrons, which are not paired. These are unpaired. These unpaired electrons are very important to make bonds. Okay, this one unpaired electron will interact with the other unpaired electron of, for example, hydrogen, to make one carbon hydrogen bond, and this unpaired electron interact with the other unpaired electron of carbon to make the carbon-carbon bond in the benzene. But we have seen that each carbon needs 4 bonds, so we need 4 unpaired electrons to form the 4 bonds, right? 3 sigma and 1 pi bonds. This is what I have mentioned here. However, only 2 unpaired electrons are present in the valence shell. That is in the 2px, 1 unpaired electron, and 2py, 1 unpaired electron. So what it will do? It will undergo promotion of electron, 1 electron from the 2s orbital to this empty 2pz orbital, because this 2pz orbital is empty and this can accommodate 1 electron. So there will be a promotion of 1 electron from this s orbital to the p orbital, and during this process all this orbital become same energy, right, same energy. So this is called as hybridization, and this you get this orbitals of same energy is called as hybrid orbitals. Okay, this is hybrid orbital. From this hybrid orbital, sp2 hybrid orbital is used to form the sigma bond. So this sp2 hybridized orbital is used to form the sigma bond. So we will see how this sp2 hybridized orbital is used to form 3 sigma bond, and also and this 1 electron in this 2pz orbital is used to form the pi bond. Before that, we will see what is the shape of this sp2 orbital. Just first you need to understand, you need to know the shape, then only we can build the picture. We will create the picture of the orbital picture of the benzene, right? So let's see the shape, how the shape of this hybrid orbital looks like. This is again the hybrid orbitals. In this hybrid orbital, this is s and 2p orbital, right? There are total 3p orbital we have seen, px, py and pz. So this is the 2p orbital and this is s orbital. So it combines to form the sp2 orbital. Because this carbon, you can see I have circled in the blue, this carbon contains 3 sigma bond. Like this carbon also contain 3 sigma bond, 1, 2 and 3. So these 3 electrons are used to form these 3 bonds. So this sp2 hybridized orbital is used to form the sigma bond, and this orbital is used to form the pi bond. So let's see the structure of shape of this sp2 orbital. So this is the shape of this sp2 orbital, which is a trigonal shape. Okay, it's trigonal shape, and the angle between these lobes, 3 lobes, is 120. So this is the structure of shape of this sp2 orbital. So 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, these 3 orbitals and these 3 lobes representing 3 orbitals. The same sp2 orbital I have drawn in a plane, okay, in a 3D, to show you in a 3D, 3-dimensional way. I have created this same sp2 orbital in a 3D fashion. So it is in this plane, okay, like this plane. There is a plane, imaginary plane. This is the orbital is drawn here, like this. Now let's see how this pz orbital looks like. We already know that p orbital is a dumbbell shape, right? Dumbbell shape like this. We have seen. So same dumbbell shape, but it is present in the perpendicular to this plane. So this is present in 90° towards this p lobe. This is shown here. Okay, so this is the pz orbital. So this orbital is called as pz orbital. So this is represented in this way. So the sp2 orbital is lying like this, and pz orbital is lying like this. So this is the total shape of the hybrid orbital, and blue color represented sp2 orbital, and this gray one is for the pz orbital. So in the sp2 orbital, how many electrons are present? 3 electrons, right? 1, 2 and 3. 3 electrons are present in the sp2 orbital. Okay, 1 here, 1 here and 1 here. 1 here, like this in this one, here, here and here. And how many electrons are present in the pz orbital? Only 1 electrons, right? This 1 electron can go from here to here. This can move. It can be either here or it can go here. But in the center there will be no electrons present. So the electron density will be distributed throughout this gray lobe. So we have seen now the structure, the shape of the sp2 orbital, and also the 3-dimensional representation of this orbital, sp2 orbital with this pz orbital. So now we can, now we know this shape. Now we can build the orbital diagram of the benzene. So yeah, this is what I mentioned here. This is the sp2 in blue color and this pz orbital in the gray color. So let's now look at to see how to build the orbital picture of benzene. So how to create orbital picture of benzene? We already know that sp2 and pz orbital, how it looks like, right? We already know, and we already know that each carbon in this benzene, each carbon atom will form 3 bonds using this sp2 orbital. Using this sp2 orbital, it forms 3 sigma bond, and S means sigma bond. Okay, or you can put the symbol sigma like that, sigma bond, and using the sp2 orbital, and here it should be 1 pi bond using the pz orbital. Using pz orbital, it will form 1 pi bond. This bond. So total will be 3 pi bonds. 3 pi bonds are formed. So total 3 pi bonds are formed using the pz orbital. So now let's see. So now we know the orbital of one carbon. So how to extend? Simply multiply this same orbital, put 6 times, and then connect between each orbital. You can get the total orbital picture of benzene. So this one we will see now. This is the chemical structure of benzene. Okay, it's having 6 carbon in this hexagon, in the hexagon, and 6 hydrogen positioned away from the carbon atoms, each carbon atom away from the ring. Okay, and 3 is double bonds or pi bonds. So this is the first sp2 orbital in green, in blue, and the gray color is the pz orbital, right? We have seen in the previous slide. This is for the first carbon. Okay, this carbon. This is, I have circled in the blue color. What about the second carbon? The orbital picture. That means that sp2 orbital with a pz, like this. Same thing, you multiply, and there is an interaction here. Now see, there is a connection between or overlapping between the orbitals. So the electron clouds of this orbital, sp2 orbital, overlap with the electron clouds of this second carbon's orbital. So like this overlap, and it forms this sigma bond. One sigma bond is formed. This overlap means one sigma bond is formed. So we already formed this bond, okay, between these two carbon. What about the next carbon? The same thing, you multiply and put here, okay, you put here. So that is another one. This carbon, same orbital, sp2 orbital in the blue, and this gray is the pz orbital, and there is a overlap again. So it forms this bond, C carbon-carbon bond. But this is carbon, this is one carbon here between this bond. So carbon-carbon bond is formed. Similarly, this carbon, again sp2 orbital and pz orbital, there is a overlap to form this bond, this carbon-carbon bond, sigma bond. In a similar fashion, for this carbon also, it generates this bond, overlapping bond. And finally, this carbon also creates a overlap between this carbon and this carbon. So this carbon and this two carbons are connected to two carbons. Similarly, all these carbons are connected to two carbons, right? This carbon is connected to this carbon, this carbon. So this is here. This is here. It's connected to this carbon, and this carbon atom here, like this carbon is connected to this and this, like this. A cycle is formed, that is hexagonal cycle is formed. So all the carbons are connected now. Now what is left now? There are two things left. One is hydrogen, carbon-hydrogen bond formation is left, and the pi bond, the double bond formation is left. So the carbon and hydrogen bond will form. This is I have shown in this orbital diagram picture. So this is the 1s orbital of hydrogen. We already know that hydrogen valence electron is present in the 1s orbital. So this is the hydrogen, and this is the 1s orbital shape. We already know the shape of the s orbital is spherical. So this is what I have shown here. So this hydrogen 1s orbital interact with the carbon sp2 orbital. Okay, so s orbital and sp2 orbital and forms a bond. So this carbon hydrogen bond is formed. What about this carbon and hydrogen? Okay, this carbon and hydrogen bond, there should be a overlap between the s orbital and the sp2 orbital of this carbon, right? So in a similar fashion, it forms a bond here. Okay. Again, this carbon hydrogen bond we need to form. Same thing, the 1s orbital reacts with the sp2 orbital of this carbon and forms a bond. Similar fashion, all the carbon and hydrogen bonds are formed through overlap of the s orbital of hydrogen with the sp2 hybrid orbital of the carbon. So now we formed all the carbon-carbon bond, okay, and carbon-hydrogen bond. So carbon-carbon bond we have formed through the orbital, and carbon-hydrogen bond of all the carbon-hydrogen bond are formed through the orbital overlap of s orbital and sp2 orbital. So what is now left is the formation of the pi bond or the double bond. So how the formation of the pi bond or double bond can be can be created? This is a question. Now we can see that there is this pz orbital, right? It is perpendicular to the plane of the benzene ring. Benzene ring is flat, and the p orbitals are lying here like this, right, in each corner of the hexagonal ring. So this is shown here. and it contains each pi pz orbital contains 1 electrons, right? So there is 1 electron here, 1 electron here, 1 electron here, here, like that. These electrons are moving particles, so it can move between this lobe and between these two lobes, like positive lobe and negative lobe. It can move. So if the electrons are present here and if these electrons are present here, it can overlap, it can interact, right? So this is the P2pz orbital shown in the gray, sp2 orbital, and 1s orbital shown in the pink. Okay, so each carbon atom will form 3 sigma bond using the sp2 hybrid orbital. This is already I have mentioned in this lecture. So now, as I told, the pi bond formation, this 1 electron is present in this pz orbital and 1 electron is present in this pz orbital, interact and form this double bond. Okay, so between this carbon and this carbon there will be double bond through the interaction of the p electrons or pi electrons. So the p electron present in the pz orbital, there is 1 electron of carbon atom, overlaps sidewise. So you see that there is a sidewise overlap. It is not a direct overlap like the sigma bond. Sigma bond is a direct overlap. So the bond is very strong, but this is a very sideways overlap. So the double bond is not so strong compared with the sigma bond. In a similar fashion, the 1 electron is present here and 1 electron is present here. So there will be an interaction, a overlap, sidewise manner to form the second double bond. In a similar fashion, this carbon and this carbon, right? This carbon and this carbon, same thing. Having 1 electron here and here, overlap sideways manner and create the third double bond. Like this, the 3 double bonds are created. How it is created? Through the overlap of the 1 electron present in the pz orbital with the other electron present in the next carbon atom of the pz orbital, like that. So I have already mentioned to you that the another important thing is we can also write the structure of the benzene like this, right? This double bond here, and double bond here. So this also formed by the sidewise overlap, okay, like that. So there are 2 types you can draw the structure of benzene. We will see in detail in this lecture after the orbital picture of benzene, right? How to draw 2 types of benzene structure. Just shifting the double bond, only shifting the double bond. How this shifted is only the interaction. Okay, and see in the previously we have seen the interaction this and this, right, and this and this and this and this. If the interaction is from here to here, then the double bond will be here. If the interaction between this carbon and this carbon, sidewise interaction is here, then the double bond will come here, like that. So this is also shown here, this 3 interaction. Okay, so we change the double bond to move that double bond. The important point is the sigma bond is formed by overlap, direct overlap of the sp2 hybridized orbital with the second sp2 hybridized orbital of carbons, and also from the sp2 hybridized orbital of carbon with the 1s orbital of the hydrogen, and the double bond is formed by sidewise overlap of the pz orbital shown in the gray to form the 3 double bonds. And depending on this position of the overlap, okay, from here to here or from here to here, the double bond also changes. So we can get 2 structure which we will see in detail. So this is a little bit more complicated structure. For example, in the examination purpose, you can draw a simple structure, simple representation for the formation of double bonds. So in this is the simple structure, right? And in the benzene is the carbon is only represented by this line. Instead of the sp2 hybridized orbital, I have only represented this benzene as in the line structure. and the pz orbital is represented at each corner of the carbon. So each carbon contains one pz orbital and contains one electron each. So the double bond you can represent by simply showing the overlap between this two carbon and this two carbon. In a similar fashion, so this is the sidewise overlap of the pz orbital to form the double bond, right? So in the similar fashion, this can also, electrons can move. I told electron is a moving charge particle which can move, can also move, can be present here also, and this can interact with this one electron here, right? This one electron can move, so it can also interact here, and also it forms the 3 pi bond. So this is the benzene structure. It can also form the pi bond here. So there will be here some cloud, electron cloud. There will be here some electron cloud. Depend on the how the electron is present. So the double bonds are present above the plane of the benzene ring. So this simple representation of the formation of double bond in benzene. So we have so far seen the orbital, how to draw the orbital picture of benzene by using the hybrid orbital. In the case of benzene, it is called as sp2 hybridized orbital. So this sp2 hybridized orbital forms sigma bond, right? Sigma bond, and there is also a pz orbital which contain one electron, and this can form the double bond. So totally we can, using this hybridization process, the complete structure of benzene is created through the overlap of the orbitals. Now let's move on to the second topic of this lecture, that is the resonance structure of benzene. What is the resonance structure? So we will understand what is meant by the resonance. So let's first look at the structure of benzene. See, I told you previously that there are two types of structure possible for benzene, right? You see the first structure shown here, structure A. Okay, this is structure A, and this is the simple benzene structure, hexagon with the 3 double bonds. But if you check carefully that where is the double bond is present, right? The double bond is present between 1 and 6. So first and 6th carbon, and this double bond is present between the 2nd and 3rd carbon. This double bond is present between the 4th and 5th carbon. So this number represents the position of the carbon, the numbering of the carbon in this structure. Now let's look at the structure of this structure B. Structure B. The only difference is the position of the double bond in the structure between the structure A and structure B. In the structure B, the double bond is present between the carbon 1 and 2. Okay, you see here carbon 1 and 2 are a single bond, but in this structure B it is a double bond. This double bond is present between the carbon 3 and 4, and like that in a similar fashion, third double bond is present between the carbon 5 and 6. So this is the two ways you can write the structure of benzene. Both are correct, but this is the two ways you can write the structure of benzene. And how this double bond is moving, we have seen from the overlap diagram that depends on the overlap, whether the pi electron is overlap between the 1 and 6 or 1 and 2, we can write the two different structure, right? So this is what I mentioned here. Structure A, double bond is present between C1 and C6, okay, C2 and C3, and C4 and C5, and then structure B, this should be structure B, so please change it. This is structure B. Double bond is present between 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. Okay, so how this structure is changing? It is simply this double bond is moving, right? This double bond can go here. That means the overlap can change from C1 to C6 to C1 to C2. It can change. So this double bond, if this moves, you will get the new structure, the second structure B. So this both structure having the same energy. So both are correct structure for benzene. That's why, because of this movement, continuous movement of this electron, that is overlap, you can also see that benzene is represented by a circle also inside. Instead of the double bond, you say hexagon structure with a circle inside. Okay, this is also a correct structure of benzene. You can also write like that. But this is also correct, and this, so you can write either one of these two structure of benzene. So these structures are called as resonance structure because this is a this can be represented by two structure, and these are called the resonance structure because they are having the same energy. Yes, and this structure is totally identical. So it's also called as canonical structure. Its meaning this is called as same energy, and it is having the identical structure. There will be no difference. If you check the bond length between the carbon 1 and carbon 2, for example, carbon 1 and carbon 2, that is the bond length will be same here because these electrons are circulating. So all the carbon-carbon bond length are same. So because of this movement of the pi electrons or the double bonds. So this structure is called as resonance structure because the structure two structure having the same energy. So now we know that how the benzene is structure is created through orbital overlap of the carbon and hydrogen, and how the double bond is created. Double bond is created by the sidewise overlap of the pz orbital, and the sigma bond is created between the direct overlap of the sp2 hybridized orbital between carbon and sp2 hybridized orbital with 1s orbital of the hydrogen. We also seen the resonance structure of benzene. There are two types of structure we can write with the double bond. This is only the change in difference the movement of the double bond, right? The different movement, we get the two different structure. Both structure having the same energy, so it's a very identical structure. This is confirmed by the X-ray analysis. The carbon-carbon bond are same in all the in both the structure. So this shows that this carbon-carbon bonds or overlap is circulating, constantly circulating. This is called as resonance structure or canonical structure of benzene. So this is what we have seen for today's session. So in the next class we will see derivatives of benzene and their uses. The uses in the pharmaceutical or chemical industry, or even for in every day-to-day life in our house also. How the benzene derivatives of benzenes are used for this purpose. So thank you for your kind attention, and we will see you in the next class.